Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for their thoughts, intentions, and actions towards you. So we're going to be having a look, seeing what's coming through for your reading, and we have these 4 beautiful piles with fresh roses from my garden. So, I just thought we would because they were getting to a point where I think they would just, all the petals would just fall off, and so I thought, you know what, let me use them for a pick a card, and it's from the earth and feels good. So I just thought we'd use some nice flowers. So, whichever pile you're most drawn to is going to be the reading for you. And we'll take a look and see exactly what's happening with tarot. Before I just tell you what the different cards are, I will just say as well that if you'd like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below, since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading with me, all the information is down below. They're also available on my website as well. There's lots of different options, so do check that out if you're interested. And speaking of my website as well, there are intention manifesting items which so many people have seen results with. There's also the review section if you scroll to the bottom of the website, and there's also a review section on my Etsy store as well. So you can always, you basically have the option, but the readings are all only available to purchase on my website or via PayPal, as mentioned in the description box. So there's intention manifesting items such as handmade bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards which are hand embroidered by me. So you can check those out. Everything is linked down below. But also there's intention pouches, as well as crystals, divination coins, charms, pendulums, cloths, bowls, etc. So yeah, definitely take a look, have a little browse if you wish, and it's all there. So we have pile number 1, or group 1, with this beautiful Golden Art Nouveau tarot deck, and of course this beautiful flower, ta-da, rose actually. Then we have group 2 with the Soul Tarot, and then this beautiful rose. We have group number 3 with After Tarot, and this beautiful rose. And then we have group 4 with Romantic Tarot, so the yellow rose. All right, so yeah, take your pick, whichever one just goes at your heartstrings. That's the one for you. Or maybe it's the number that you feel most drawn to, right? So the timestamps will be in the description box below, and yeah, you can click on it. It will take you directly to your reading. If you do feel drawn to more than one, I would say for this reading, absolutely choose more than one if you really, really felt like it. Because sometimes the decision can be hard and it can just be so overwhelming sometimes. So for sure, choose more than one if you wanted to. All right, so we're going to get started with group 1. So first of all, I'm just going to move the other piles to the side with the flowers, of course. Okay, move this back a little bit, just a little bit. Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Yeah, they have a little bit of water on them because I just had to wash them just a little bit to get all the sort of dirt off of them. So if you see water, that's pretty much why. Also, it's been raining here as well at the same time. So group number 1. Let's have a look and see what is coming through for your reading. So this is what you have chosen in terms of your pile. You've got this beautiful flower Golden Art Nouveau tarot deck, and we will take a look with tarot and see what's coming through. So let's begin. I'm going to just put your flower, I think, on this side just here, or maybe actually we'll put it right there, or should we put it in the middle? Let's just let it hang in the middle. I'm like, I don't know where to put it. I kind of need this for my arm. There we go. Okay, so thoughts, feelings, actions. So we'll do it like that. We'll do a 12 card spread, 4 for each. So first of all, thoughts. Let's have a look at their thoughts. So we've got the 7 of Swords. Okay, remember, thoughts and actions can be very different. So if you've seen that 7 of Swords and you're already concerned, remember that how someone thinks can be very different to how they end up acting. All right, keep that in mind. So the 7 of Swords as their thoughts. So this is all towards you, okay? So keep that in mind, that these are their sort of thoughts towards you. All right, and then we'll of course look at the feelings and the actions as well. All right, now we've got the 8 of Pentacles, which is interesting. Then you've got the 2 of Cups. So I am an upright reader, so I thought I would let you know. 2 of Cups. sorry, like probably hit the table. We'll take both of these. So we've got the Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. All right, so what's really quite intriguing here is the fact that it's almost like they self-sabotage themselves. Okay, they think one thing, they do the complete opposite, then they regret things, and they try and chase, and then they get a bit sometimes distracted. They sometimes go between their heart and their mind, and sometimes they're unsure, sometimes they're indecisive, sometimes they get defensive. They get a little chaotic within themselves, even with the Seven of Swords. They feel bad about how they treated you, and then sometimes they think to themselves, well, actually, maybe I should just still have done what I did. So it's this kind of vibe where it's almost as though they know that they haven't exactly been fair to you, but at the same time, they try and soothe themselves, because I don't feel like they are very confident within themselves in terms of their self-esteem. They may show that they are to the rest of the world, but I don't think that they are. And so they kind of almost sometimes make themselves the victim, and they try to feel, especially when they feel like they've done something wrong, I feel like it's almost like they tell themselves, no, but in this moment you did what was right. You know, you followed your gut, you followed your instinct. Okay, that's fine. So it's almost like they know they've done it wrong and done things wrong, but they think that what they did was okay. You know what I mean? Like, I know I don't agree with what they've done was fine. I do feel like they didn't do what was right, but that's them, okay, and that's what they feel. But the Eight of Pentacles here shows that they know they need to do a lot more towards you. So they've had those thoughts, right? Their thoughts are, I need to do a lot more, I'm self-sabotaging this connection. They're starting to understand that it's them, not you. So if you've been blaming yourself this entire time, thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm always the one just doing, you know, I'm doing everything wrong, it's always my fault. It is not your fault. Big capital letters, let me just explain with some exclamation marks. Well, we call it exclamation marks. I'm sure in other countries they call it exclamation points. But yes, you did nothing wrong. You really, really didn't. I need some space on my table. So the flower's going to have to shift a little bit. Actually, let me just put it here so we get a little glimpse of it. Okay. You know, I really feel the Two of Cups is really important, actually, because the Two of Cups shows that they quite clearly have thoughts about you. They dream about you, they fantasize about you, but it's almost as though there's something inside of them, and I believe that they need to heal. I feel like they have some kind of childhood trauma or some kind of childhood injury. What do you call it? Wow, I'm so descriptive today. I mean, it's sad. Absolutely sad that they have dealt with this, right? But I feel like they felt invisible in their childhood, unheard, unseen. They didn't have much control. And so now what's happening is that they want control in their life, but they're doing it in a way that's actually hurting them and hurting you. It's not helping anyone. They need healing, because ultimately this person has very low self-esteem and self-confidence, which is basically making them do this, and they're making themselves the victim of all their scenarios and situations. But actually that's not really healthy, and ultimately that can only be broken with healing and acceptance and on their side, right? So the Two of Cups shows that they do have feelings towards you. They think that you're a really great person. They know they're self-sabotaging things, okay, because they kind of go the opposite way sometimes, and they feel like you're a very balanced person, you're very kind, hardworking, caring, but then they also think the Seven of Swords, which is, I'm not so sure. My mind is self-sabotaging things. My heart is self-sabotaging things. They self-sabotage. Seven of Swords isn't you. The Seven of Swords is how they then self-sabotage things by thinking the opposite in regards to you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Also, Nine of Pentacles, independence, confidence, strength. That's what they think, okay? They do feel like you've got yourself together. They sometimes don't feel like they've got themselves together. So then, you know, their thoughts are very much so like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm ready, kind of a vibe. Feelings. Okay, feelings. 10 of Wands. Yeah, I don't know if this person is 100% ready at this time. Doesn't mean that they can't be in the future, but the 10 of Wands here shows that they are feeling burdened. They are feeling kind of like dragged down and just very overwhelmed, which is sad, I have to say. It's a sad thing. You know, we never want someone to feel like this, but I think that they make it harder for themselves, which is, it's even more sad, to be honest, right? Yeah, Devil, see, they want control. So their feelings are that they feel like they would feel trapped, and they feel overwhelmed with the devil as well. I have to be 100% honest here. And they just feel like, oh my gosh, it could be too much. Because the thing here is that they fully haven't got themselves together, and so they were to come to you, trust me, they wouldn't be able to give you what you deserve. And I think they're recognizing a little bit of that. They know that they have to do work, because the devil here shows that they always want things to be their way, and they're realizing that and recognizing that's not fair to you. Page of Pentacles, they know they need to be a bit more truthful, a bit more loyal, and their feelings are that you are like this, but ultimately that you want more of what the Hierophant is able to provide, which is stability, security, and commitment, which they don't quite feel like they can give 100% of. So they want to be 100% sure, they want to be 100% aware, and they really just want to be sure that they can provide what you ultimately need, which they're not 100% sure they can do at this time. But I will say one thing is that they know that you are ready. They know that all they have to do is technically catch up, right? But that also requires healing, and it's not so simple. But their feelings towards you are the fact that they do feel like the connection is very, very intense, to the point where it does scare them, and it does make them want that extra control so that they don't lose control of things and feel even worse. But yeah, I think that they kind of need to sort of let go of their fears and worries, which, to be honest, can only be broken with healing, which I feel at some point will happen. But that doesn't mean that you should sit there and wait, because when you sit there and wait for things, it can actually end up being slower. You want to focus on yourself, do you, take care of you. That can trigger them to really work through some of their stuff as well, because spiritual connections, that's how it often happens, right? They pick up on your strong energy and then they come back. Okay, so their feelings towards you, I mean, the devil, they don't feel like the connection, or I mean, they don't feel necessarily the connection is toxic, they just feel like it's too much at this point, and they feel like they can't handle it, right? Because the devil is very intense, very, very intense. Yeah. Ten of Wands, they just feel very burdened at this time. They don't feel ready. They feel like with the Hierophant, you are ready, like you know what you want to do. Got a lot of Pentacles, so it's slow. Okay, they are pretty slow in terms of doing and thinking. Okay, actions. Let's have a look at their actions towards you. Nine of Wands. Okay, so action here is that they're going to be thinking, pondering, wondering, contemplating what more they can do towards this connection. So that's an action. Their other action here is that they can be a little bit indecisive, okay? So 1 second they may say something to you, the next second they may change their mind. I think that's one thing to definitely keep in mind with the Two of Swords, is that they can be a little bit indecisive, for sure. They can also be defensive. So for example, if you said something to them like, oh, you really hurt me, they might get really defensive and kind of either go in the opposite direction, or they may get very sort of overwhelmed, if that makes sense. So the Two of Swords definitely does show that vibe and energy here of them getting very defensive. That's an action that can take place towards you, because they're trying to protect themselves, remember, because they think that they are the victim of their circumstances. Ace of Pentacles shows eventually there can be a time where they come towards you and want to commit, but it takes time. Okay, so we already mentioned that it can take time. It's not exactly the fastest process in the entire world, but it's also not the slowest process in the entire world. So it does show here that things can come together and that things can progress and really move in the right direction. But it's a process, it takes time, and it for sure is something that I think is important to keep in mind in the grand scheme and the grand context of this entire reading, is that it's not 100% what's the word, it's not 100% on just them, it's also on you as well, which means that the more energy you give to yourself, the more you take care of yourself, put yourself first. And that's actually very big in the world of law of attraction, is when you're manifesting, manifest. But when you stop manifesting, okay, and you finish with your manifestation, you have to let it go to the universe. That's the thing that people get wrong, is they think, I'm manifesting, why is it not working? Well, because you're holding on to it every 3 seconds. When you manifest, but then let it go to universe. If you then figure out one day, oh no, I need to add something to my manifestation on my list. Okay, manifest, but let go of it. Okay, that is detachment, and that is why subliminal music works, because when people listen to it, they are manifesting in that moment, they're thinking about what they want, but then once they click off of it, they're focusing on other things, and that's why things happen towards them or with them. But also when you're listening to subliminal music, things can happen in it as well, because you're kind of just focusing on music. You're not focusing so intensely on what you want, you're kind of just letting things go, letting things breathe, letting things be okay, right? So that can allow this Ace of Pentacles to come eventually, but when you're not so intensely holding on to the point where it's hurting you, right? You've got to give it some space and some time. Basically, sometimes doing the reverse actually helps the outcome to come together all together, which can actually sound a little strange, but it's the universe. What more can I say? Okay, so their thoughts, feelings, actions, they can definitely be indecisive in regards to their actions, and then eventually really come through. That's what I see here. All right, so don't wait, focus on you. Most important thing. So this is your reading, group number 1. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course my intention items, which are on my website as well if you are interested. And yeah, everything is listed down below for your convenience, and I'll see you all very soon. All right, take care everyone. Bye. Okay, so now we go to the next group. Let's take this flower. Alright, group number 2. This is your reading with me for their thoughts, feelings, and actions towards you. So let's get started. I'm just going to put your flower right there because I do need this space to do the spread, and we're going to be looking into 4 cards for their thoughts, 4 cards for feelings, and 4 cards for actions to really get a look at as to what's happening, because sometimes, you know, feelings and thoughts can be very different, actions can be very different to feelings, you know, so keep that in mind. Like, it's very interesting. So this is the Soul Tarot. Let's begin. Group number 2. Let's have a look and see their thoughts. Temperance came out straight away. It was like, yeah, I'm here and I want to be acknowledged. Look at me. Okay. So I am an upright reader, but I just mentioned that. So we got Temperance. Okay. Which is interesting. Ooh, there are some like very warm, fuzzy feelings that they have towards you. Sorry, wow, my hand looks ginormous when I do this. It's actually not that big in real life. Anyways, so what I see here is definitely this energy of balance and flow, and Temperance is also about comfort. So when they think about you, their thoughts are that you are a very comforting, very balanced, very caring person. You're not too much, you're not overwhelming, you're not, how can I describe it? You're not overbearing, you're not suffocating. You just go with the flow, and if you feel something, you'll say it. You know, but that's not overbearing, that's not suffocating. If you get angry or annoyed, you'll say it because you're just a human being. You know, it's one of those things where they think that you are just a simple person, but in a good way, okay? I'm not saying simple in a bad way. I'm saying simple in a sense of you just are not complicated, okay? And also that they feel like they haven't really met somebody like you, you know, in a long time. They just haven't met somebody like you who is like this. I think that they have definitely had connections or met people who have been very complicated, difficult to deal with, just very overwhelming, overbearing, and suffocating. So keep that in mind. Then we have here Death with the skull. You know, Death here as well. Oh, also here as well. Literally got there. That's the scythe, right? Scythe, however you call it. Death here really does represent a sense of transformation. So I feel like they really want to transform the connection with you, like they want to progress things along with you, make things move with you, and really allow it to take on board a sense of rebirth. I feel like they want to take action towards you because you've got the King of Wands, okay? So they want to be like the leader. They want to tell you like, hey, let's do this. Let's move this connection along like this. Let's progress things like this. Let's go in this direction and do this. They want to move things along. They want to progress things. They want to make things happen. And that's what I see with Temperance and Death combined, is the fact that they want this peace and harmony with you. And, you know, for example, some of you in your connections may have gone through a separation, right? That could also be indicated with Death. but they want to make it come to life. So basically allow it to take on board some form of rebirth. I don't know why the camera is picking everything up so dark. It shouldn't be this dark on camera, but hey, that's just what's happening, so we'll just roll with it. I mean, you may be going through a very dark time right now, right? Where things do not feel good, where you feel left out, lonely, frustrated. The camera just got light again. And basically, they want to bring things to light. So again, rebirth, change, transformation is what they are thinking of doing here. Even with the King of Wands, to revive things, to progress things intimately, they think of you a lot, okay? So in terms of intimacy, they are thinking a lot about you. They're always fantasizing, you know, during the day. So daydreams, night dreams. For example, they could be watching a commercial and they find that that particular product or that person reminds them of you. They could be walking down the street and someone's outfit may remind them of you. They may be seeing signs and synchronicities and be thinking like, why am I seeing all this all the time, right? So King of Wands, there's a lot of action that's happening around them in regards to how they think about you with signs and of course synchronicities as well. And then we've also got the Hierophant. See, they want to progress things towards more commitment and make a change. Fives in tarot indicate change, and that's exactly what the Hierophant here showcases, okay? A sense of value and tradition and progressing things forward with you as well. And that's really what they want to do here, is progress things with you, move things along with you, and really go in that particular direction, which I think is quite significant as well. So for sure, that's a pretty big energy and a very big vibe that we're picking up on, is that they're thinking about how they can commit further to you, is basically what I'm seeing, or how they can come towards you, especially for those of you in no contact, okay? There's definitely something here about them wanting to change the dynamic of this connection towards more stability. All right, so that's their thoughts. Let's have a look at their feelings. Two of Pentacles. Okay, they're feeling pretty balanced about all of this. They are sort of looking at the pros and cons, but actually it's all in harmony. That's what I see here with the Two of Pentacles. They're feeling pretty good. They're feeling like, you know what, this could be a balanced, good connection. This could work, is what they're also feeling as well. They feel that you're a very balanced person, again with Temperance as well. It makes so much sense that you are very balanced, very understanding, very kind, very caring. You're not exactly the most judgmental person in the world. They really just like who you are as a human, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, not just, okay, physically, but like I mentioned, all of those other aspects as well. That's nice, that's nice. Ooh, Empress came out. Okay, let's get your last card, okay? Oh no, sorry. I can't count today. There we go, that's your last card. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so look at this, right? You've got the Empress, ruled by Venus. You've got the King of Swords, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune ruled by Jupiter. Now, if we start with the Empress first, okay, Empress is ruled by Venus. Now, the Hierophant is also technically ruled by Venus because the Hierophant is ruled by Taurus and Taurus is ruled by Venus. So when you think about that, Venus energy is very, very strong. They're thinking intimately, romantically, progressively towards you. They cannot stop basically sort of thinking about you in that aspect. So that's really what I am seeing here, is that they really can't stop thinking about you from what I can pick up on here. And obviously the Empress here shows that they feel like you're such a kind and caring person. They can envision having a home with you, and they can envision living with you, because again, Hierophant and Empress signify home, responsibilities, and a routine in that sense as well, and stability, of course, because a routine brings basically stability. Okay, so that's the Empress there. They feel like you're just such a kind and caring person that you would get along very well with their family as well. Okay, so King of Swords here is about taking decisive action. So they are feeling that you are a strong, kind, caring, that you communicate effectively. If there's anything wrong, you always say it, like I mentioned before, and that you are someone who has boundaries. You don't let people walk over you. They like your strength and your courage, right? But they also like the fact that you are not overbearing and suffocating. So they like that balance that I see here with the Two of Pentacles. They also feel that you've kind of got yourself together, you know what you want in life. They like that a lot. And so the King of Swords here is a really powerful energy. in regards to them feeling like, you know what, I really like this person, I want to take some really, really strong action towards you and make things progress again with death, sort of take the connection into a form of rebirth. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune here for their feelings indicates Jupiter. Now Jupiter is a very beautiful planet. I mean, they all are, to be honest. I'm not biased with the planets, but in terms of what Jupiter represents, Jupiter is to do with opportunity, luck, optimism. It's also about success and sort of richness and wealth. And we know that richness and wealth is not just about money, but richness and wealth is also about peace and harmony and fulfillment and joy, and how life can also be so many other things aside from just money. But they really do feel like they want to progress things with you, because as the wheel turns, abundance comes, abundance flows. Wheel of Fortune is very auspicious and very prosperous as well, so that's of course really beautiful. Jupiter is on your side, which basically shows here that they feel like if they were to progress things with you, they could have a beautiful long life with you. They could have a beautiful long-term connection with you because they trust you. That's a big one. A big one. They feel like they can trust you. And where there is trust, things can flourish and things can grow, right? If there is no trust, it becomes very hard. Okay, remember I'm reading on them. So they do trust you. Whether or not you trust them, it's not really something we're looking into here, but, ask yourself the question as well. So now we go to actions. Oh, look, so for actions, we have the High Priestess. Now, the counterpart of the High Priestess is the Hierophant, which we already have here. So the fact that you've got a match and you've got counterparts here really goes to show that, again, they want to bring things together. They want to be your other half. Now, I use that word actually quite sparingly, phrase very sparingly, because technically we are not halves that make up wholes. We are whole people who complement one another, but you know the phrase where people say like, oh, this is my other half. I know they say it in that way, so it's just something that came up because some of you may refer to connections like that. So they want to progress things with you. They want to be your partner. From what I see. So actions, they will want to progress towards you to basically make things work with you in that sense and to basically bring things together. That's what I see here, is that that's what they will want to do, and they want to allow things to come together in a very, very beautiful way. And the High Priestess is a very divine connection. It's about making things progress, making things work, and really just allowing things to come together in a very, very beautiful way. So that's what we have there. How beautiful. Nice to see it, right? Ah, okay. That came out very fast. Let's see. Judgment. Okay, so judgment and death are very similar. They're very different actually, but they're very similar with their ruling planets and signs. So Judgment is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. Okay, Death card is ruled by Scorpio. Of course, the ruling planet of Scorpio is Pluto, so, it's all about transformation, change, and making things happen. So Judgment here is about them taking action based on their judgments, which we see here, okay? So their judgments are their thoughts and their feelings, and what's been going on in their mind. So they're going to take action and decisive action on that to then bring a change to your scenario, to basically allow things to be much, much stronger. So Judgment here shows that their action is that they're going to really judge the situation and make a big decision based off of that, which actually we know what that decision would be because we know what they're thinking. Then we have the Star. I have used these cards before. They just stick together a little bit because they're a little bit more sort of velvety. That's the kind of cards they are. Still very beautiful though. And you got the Star, which is about things coming together, stars aligning, sort of like faith and joy and this energy of miracle. It may feel like to some of you, there we go, that this is a miracle, because some of you may just feel like, Moonlight, I just don't know if this is going to happen. And to that I say, I really feel like things will, but you've kind of got to let them come towards you. You've got to let them digest their emotions and their feelings and then take decisive action, which for some of them it could be much slower. And so, the Star here shows that, of course, things happen in divine timing. It's not always when we want things to happen, but, it's a work in progress. But I do feel like the stars truly can align, and that's something that we do have here, okay? So the Star shows hope and faith and alignment. Four of Pentacles shows stability, okay? Stability, home life, and fulfillment in that sense of everything coming together in that realm. So I personally do feel that their actions will be to make things happen, to make things work, to bring forth a transformation and a rebirth. Because even the stars represent rebirth, right? Or the star card represents rebirth. So does Judgment, actually. So the Four of Pentacles here is about stability and a foundation, basically building a foundation so that something stronger can be built on top of it. And that's really what they want to do here, is that they want to make a change, but in a smart way and in a way where everything is stable before they proceed, which I think is actually probably a better way of doing things. Not gonna lie, I think that's a much better way of doing things, in all honesty. So yeah, I feel like that can actually be a very good thing for sure. So wow. Wow, group number 2, this is your reading. Now, of course, if this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on my website as well. Everything is on there. Oh my goodness, there is a freaking slug on my flower. You guys, this is nature at its best, and I am going to have to run and take it out of my room. So, that being said, there was going to be a gap in this video at some point, but it's got to go, so I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to take it outside. So, yes, that is your reading. Let me know. The snail or the slug, it's a slug, isn't it? It's here to bless you, and I'm going to literally take it. And then I will be back, but I'm not going to cut this video because, hey, look, things like this happen, and it just is what it is, you know? Be right back. Okay, I'm back, and the slug is nice and safe outside. All right. I was like, whoa, I actually had a feeling that there was going to be a bug or something, you know, probably in the flowers. That's why I washed them, but, you know, it happens. It happens. It's nature. So, yeah, it's nice. I just put the flower outside, so, you know, it'll be fine. So we will continue. Okay. Nice surprises. I'm gonna like, you know, put it over there. Alright, group number 3, this is your reading with me. There we go, it's a little bit more in center, isn't it? So this is your reading for their thoughts, feelings, and actions towards you. So your person's thoughts, feelings, and actions. We have this beautiful flower here, which I'm just going to place there. What a stunning colour, isn't it? It's so beautiful. And then we've got the After Tarot as well. So let's have a look and see. So I'm going to do 4 cards for their thoughts, 4 cards for their feelings, and then 4 cards for their actions towards you. Let's begin. So let's start first of all, group number 3 with their thoughts towards you. Well, I say whoops, but it's so loud, so I do apologise if that sort of hurts your ears in any way, shape or form. Whenever something like really hits the table and at a certain angle, it makes quite a bit of noise. So we've got here the Knight of Swords. We have the 10 of Cups. Wow, okay. Here we go. 10 of Cups. Wow. We also have the Emperor with the Devil. Okay. Interesting. Do you know what their thoughts here look to be like? Look at the bottom of the card. Okay. Yep, okay. You saw it. You saw it. You can see it. So Knight of Swords here really does show that they want to go. They kind of are obsessed, okay? So take that as you want to. However, they may not say as much, right? So there's a lot to unpack here. First of all, the Knight of Swords shows that they would go to any length to try and make things work with you. However, yes, there is a but and a however. The thing here is that they're quite a detached person. They don't always say what they're feeling. They don't always say what they're thinking. you have to guess what they're thinking and feeling half the time because they don't always say it. But the thing here is that they're really, really obsessed with you. They fantasize about you a lot. They think about you intimately a lot. They have intimate visions of what they would do with you, if that makes sense, a lot through dreams and, well, I mean like night dreams, daydreams, fantasies, thoughts that just randomly pop into their mind, especially with the devil. They are obsessed with you. However, the Emperor is very detached, okay? The Emperor doesn't really give away their thoughts or feelings too much. The Emperor has quite a stern face, you know? It's not really saying too much. But the Emperor, for sure, is someone who enjoys sort of like the physical aspect of things as well. So they are physically thinking of you a lot, okay? In terms of like physical stuff. The thing is, sometimes YouTube gets a little bit problematic with certain words that are used, and I don't really want my video to be flagged or taken down or anything like that, so you guys know what I mean when I say that, right? You know what intimacy is, so there you go. You can see a visual picture of it right there as well. And that's really what is going around in their mind constantly, is what they would do with you, towards you, etc. And then the Ten of Cups actually also goes to show that it's not all completely physical. I'd say that it was probably about 70% physical in terms of the percentage if you were to divide it between how much of it is emotional versus how much of it is physical. I would say, yeah, I'd say like 70% of it is them thinking physical towards you, and then 30% is them thinking family and happiness and long-term and joy and a beautiful home. So that is something to keep in mind, is that they do think about how things can be with you and how things can progress with you, but ultimately it's kind of like a bit of a process, because ultimately they do think about more with you. It's just that it's a process, right? And the Ten of Cups here shows that they do think about how, you know, the two of you could perhaps go on cute little dates or picnics or go here and there or travel. And it's almost, to me, this sense of they feel now that, oh my goodness, if I don't act upon things, I could lose this person. It's kind of getting to a desperate situation right now. And a lot of you may feel like, Mila, I don't see them becoming desperate. And I'm telling you, that's because they're acting like the freaking Emperor. They're trying to basically gain position and power in this connection, where you don't think that that's how they're feeling, but that's how they're feeling, because they're trying to also get you to come after them. And that's the thing, right? Is that they're getting to a pretty desperate scenario and situation. It's a little bit like, you guys, when people are trying to buy houses, okay? Like the buyer is trying to act like they're not too desperate, you know, so that the seller will give them the house at their within the negotiation. But then the seller, if they pick up that the buyer's too desperate, they might be like, no, we want our asking price, or we want slightly higher sometimes, you know? Like it's one of those things where it really is based off of like who's showing what in terms of emotions. And for example, if the seller thinks that the buyer's not that interested and they could lose a potential buyer and no one's going to buy their house, then the seller might come down, you know, a lot in terms of their price. And then the buyer would be like, ha, got ya. You know, it's one of those things where what's being felt on both sides can be one of those things where it's almost like they want to win, but at the same time, they don't want to come across as desperate, even though that's what's going on inside of them, right? So their thoughts towards you is that they are so attracted, obsessed towards you, but they're not showing it, right? They're not showing it in any way, shape or form. However, they're getting to a point now where they're also thinking about the future and what could happen in the future, and losing you is a prospect that they do not want to deal with. That is a burden that they could not deal with. See, the Knight of Swords, they'd go to any great length to get you. The thing here is that they're not exactly acting on it at this time, okay? So that intensity is building up. Feelings towards you. See, feelings. Tower, okay, see? I don't think that they could deal with the fact of losing you, okay? That's not something that I think they could deal with. That would make them angry, frustrated, overwhelmed. Mars is all about, well, Mars is a planet of war, okay? You see that Knight of Swords? They would fight other people for you. They're just not showing it at this time. But the Emperor would as well, right? The Emperor absolutely would fight people. But the Emperor is like never showing their emotions. I guess in a way, just like how, isn't it soldiers? Are they not allowed to show emotions? Who isn't allowed to show emotions? I don't know. I watched like some historical documentaries, and it spoke about like their emotions and how they're not supposed to show emotion. or they're supposed to, in the, like military, you're supposed to be like quite serious, aren't you? And things like that. Anyways, why we, well, I mean, maybe that resonates with some of you, right? Maybe, you know, people who are in the military or in the army. And death card, their feelings. Yeah, I think that they're scared also that things would come to an end and that they wouldn't be able to deal with it. I think that they could also be scared of taking things further in case they got hurt again. I think that's a real possibility, because feelings here shows that yes, they're obsessed with you, but also I think that they're scared if things went the opposite direction and then in turn it hurt them. I don't think that this is something that they could deal with so strongly, right? So yeah, they would have a hard time dealing with it. Okay, so you've got the Seven of Pentacles here. Okay, so they feel a lot towards you. They feel like you're stable, you're someone that they can grow with and progress with in life, as we see also with the Eight of Wands, that there can be some great communication and fulfillment and progression here between the two of you. But I think they are very, very scared that things would come to an end, because that would really put them in a place of vulnerability, which I don't think that they want, because they want to be in a place of power. And therefore, we definitely need to see what actions are going to be taken here based off of that. Lovers. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's just get all the cards out. Okay, Ten of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. We have a bonus card here as well. Three of Wands and the Hierophant. Okay, so long story short, they're going to take action towards you and come towards you and move things along with you a lot more. Of course, if the two of you are already in contact, this is about them being much more proactive in their pursuit and really offering you a lot more, and recognizing that love is much stronger than, being in fear. Fear just will bring more fear, and I think that that's something they're going to awaken to. Also, the Ten of Wands will show here as the fact that they just don't want to lose you. Them losing you is a much greater loss than them not trying to begin with, if that makes sense. You know how some people say, well, trying is better than not trying at all, right? It's better to try and fail than to have never tried and then have regrets as to what could have happened. So that's something that they are going to be thinking about a lot in their mind, and therefore take action towards, because Ten of Wands shows here that they really don't want to lose you to someone else. That would be even worse of a blow to them. Not that, oh, I'm scared things will come to an end. It's more so, what if I lose you to someone else and therefore I always regret what if? That is going to be much more significant, which in turn is going to lead them as to why they take more action towards you, right? This is their fear. However, still in terms of their feelings, they still think about you. So basically their fear, their love will override the fear, right? So that's what I see here, because they really do feel like they could battle anyone for you in that sense. Also, Wheel of Fortune as well. Okay, so wheel turns, abundance comes. So this, in terms of their actions, is to progress things with you and take things to a place of stability and commitment. Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is a beautiful, beautiful, well, all planets are beautiful, but it has a very beautiful energy in the sense that it's to do with prosperity, it's to do with things progressing, it's to do with expansion and things opening up, but also to do with luck and abundance, and again, long-term connections and things really coming together. It's of course also to do with money as well, but Jupiter does showcase aspects of stability in general, including opportunity, luck, travel, and optimism. So yeah, I think they also want to travel with you for sure. And the Three of Wands here really shows in terms of actions is that they'll take action, to make things happen. You see that eagle, right? Taking flight. It will happen. It will. And the Hierophant here, which is your last card, is all about stability. For many of you, this is really indicating commitment. This is also indicating values, traditions, aligning together. For some of you, this can also indicate marriage as well. And the reason I say some of you is because not everybody wants to get married. Some people just want a long-term connection. They just want to live with their person. They don't necessarily want to get married. So it's a choice, but this can also represent contracts, which can, again, indicate marriage or a partnership basically. So yeah, the Hierophant shows those two keys, which also showcases like wanting to live with you, wanting to build a routine with you, and wanting to allow sort of stability to progress as well. So yeah, that's what we do see right here in that sense as well. So wow, what a reading, group number 3. But yes, their actions is very much so to progress things with you to a direction of stability. So this is your reading, group 3. If this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course my intention items, which are on my website. I would love for you to check those out if you had a little bit of time. If not, no worries. I'm not holding you hostage or anything to do so. But yes, take care everyone. Let me know how this resonated, and I'll see you all very, very soon for sure, right? So yeah, this is what we have. Okay, so now we'll go to group number 4. So many bugs all over the flowers. Let's do that, okay. Alright, group number 4. This is your reading with me. You have chosen the yellow rose, which I'm just going to place right there. And you have chosen the romantic tarot. So we're going to have a look at your person's thoughts, feelings, and actions towards you. Let's get started. So 4 cards for each, and we'll do a 12-card spread. Really looking in depth into everything here. So let's take a look and see what is coming through. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, their thoughts towards you. So group number 4, let's have a look and see what their thoughts towards you are. Let's have a look at their thoughts towards you. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Magician. And we've got the 3 of Wands. Okay, so first of all, in regards to their thoughts, the 3 of Wands here represents that they just need a little bit of time, okay? They don't feel necessarily 100% ready. They just need to sort of think about things, ponder about things, wonder about things. You see actually in this particular card, you've got sort of 3 people kind of trying to impress this one person here, right? So whether you're male or female, like remember, I always read energies in tarot, not specifically genders. This is about them just needing time to sort of figure themselves out and what they want to do, basically. So that's what I see there with the 3 of Wands. They just need a bit of time, a little bit of energy to sort of figure themselves out in that aspect. And the Magician here shows that they know that they need to take some kind of decisive action at some point, that they need to do something if they want to be able to keep you in their life. Because they know, and they're not stupid, they know that otherwise they would lose you to someone else, right? They know that they need to make something happen, otherwise you are going to basically be gone. And they don't want that to happen, okay? Just saying, they don't want that to happen, but they're in a place where that could happen because, again, they're just buying time. Okay, so that's kind of their thoughts of like, okay, I need a bit of time. Yes, I really like this person because we have got this Ace of Pentacles. They feel like you are commitment material, okay? Like you are boyfriend or girlfriend material, and that you are someone that they could basically be with. That's how they think about you. However, I feel like sometimes they buy time to make sure that they are 100% sure on their decisions and choices. All right, so they're thinking, okay, I just need a bit of time, and then once I've bought a bit of time, I can make my choice and my decision. Okay, so that's what we see there in terms of their thoughts. Let's keep going. Oh, we have here the Page of Cups. Okay, so yeah, I feel like they just kind of they kind of just want to go with the flow and do what they want to do and sort of progress in the direction that they want to progress in. And they don't want to put too much pressure on themselves. They don't want to, feel like I need to do this and this and this and this and this. They just kind of want to go with the flow, do their own thing, focus on themselves, focus on what they can do at this very point in time. And I think that that's just one of the most important things at this moment, is that they just want to do that. It's one of those things. I think also with these cards, it really does go to show quite a strong vibe and quite a strong energy in regards to, how do I explain it? In regards to them knowing that you're a great person, but they're quite laid back. Okay, they're quite laid back with certain aspects and elements here. It's not to say that they're not serious, because they do feel like you are someone who is, progressive and things like that. I would say that they're perhaps not as concerned about time, okay? They just feel like they can buy time, they can do whatever they want, and you'll still sort of be there for them. I don't think that they're concerned about losing you necessarily, aside from the fact that they know that if they don't take some kind of action soon, that yes, they could lose you, but obviously at this time, they're kind of just going with the flow and wanting to make sure that they make the right decision for themselves. But obviously if they buy too much time, they know that they could lose you. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, their feelings towards you. I believe that's the Death card. I just need to check that actually before I read on it. I have these cards memorized pretty well, but sometimes it just springs. Okay, 1 second. Let's check this out. So, let's just see. Romantic Tarot. Yeah, it's the Death card. Okay, so I had a feeling with the Roman numerals, but sometimes it's one of those things where it's just like, is it not? Because it's a completely different sort of illustration. So that's definitely the Death card, and Death really does represent here, in terms of their feelings, a sense of rebirth. Okay, so they want to progress things with you. They want to, they think about you so much. They have a very vivid memory of you. They just can't let go of you. I don't think that this is them wanting to end things with you. I think that this is very much so them wanting to revive things with you, because you've got that Ace of Pentacles. I just feel that sometimes you may feel like, oh, am I dead to them? Like, do they even think about me? Do they even care about me? Like, if they are in, some of you, they may be involved with someone else, and if you're thinking in the back of your mind like, oh, they are talking to other people, and are they involved with other people, then like, why are they then thinking about me, and why are they not doing things towards me? And that's because they're simply buying time. They need a bit of time. Not everybody in this scenario, like, I just want to say, for not all of you, are they looking at other people or thinking about other people. They're just simply buying time to distract themselves, or not distracting themselves also with other people, but distracting themselves with other things that they have got going on, like 1 hobby, 2 hobby, and 3 hobbies, let's say, for example. But you'll know how this reading resonates with you. It's just that obviously I'm reading for so many people at a go that, of course, for some of you it's going to be like, yes, there are other people, and for some of you are going to be like, no, there's nobody. So take it as you do. But the Death card here shows that they want to bring a rebirth to this connection, but at their own timing, at their own will. Will they bring something to you? Okay, so keep that in mind. Also, we've got here the Queen of Cups. So they do actually feel very emotionally connected to you. They don't feel like they have found someone like you. They don't feel like, there is people out there like you who are so kind and caring. You care about their emotions. You care about their thoughts. You care about their feelings. They feel like nobody cares about them. And so therefore, they're trying to figure out whether this is also too good to be true. Right? Because some people may think that, like, oh my gosh, this person's like this and this and this and this and this. Like, is this too good to be true? They're buying time to figure everything out. They feel like you are so kind and caring and nurturing and sensible and protective, but also, just in a good way, not an overbearing way, that they feel so connected to you. And, they feel, they've never felt so emotionally connected to someone like this. You've also got here the Nine of Wands, which is about them wondering, pondering, thinking, contemplating, you know, everything in regards to you, and thinking about how things could be and how things could go and how things could work. And they think about you so much. Okay, so they feel connected to you. They really do. They feel like, oh, but, you know, person's also like this, but they're also like this, but they're also like this as well. Oh my God, but they're also like this. You know, that's how they feel about you. They think that you're comforting and kind and secure, but also, you know, you have empathy, you have kindness, you always listen to them. They feel like you're mature, you've got your life together. There are so many things that they feel towards you in that sense. You know, they feel attracted towards you. They feel connected towards you. So many aspects. They feel like they can rely on you. They feel they can trust you. They feel like you're pretty communicative, right? Nine of Pentacles. They feel like you're independent, confident, strong. You got yourself together. You know what you want. You know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, they just know. They just know. And then for actions, we have got here the Hermit. Look at that. Okay, this is interesting because this is sort of looking at your social media. This is sort of asking other people about you. I mean, look, it's a bit of a sneaky energy, but the Hermit here is overthinking about you, thinking about you a lot, you know, trying to figure out as much as they can about you, trying to ask around about you, not in a terrible way, but in a way that's inquisitive. You know, they want to make sure they're making the right decision. They are trying to figure things out, and ultimately that is going to lead them to think about you so much to the point where they are going to take some form of action towards you, because look at this, okay? You've got here a really strong energy of, well, actually, let's start here. The Nine of Swords, okay, is this kind of vibe which is quite sneaky, okay? Sneaky can be overwhelming, can be quite frustrating, right? And this, again, is the 9. We also have here the 9 with the Hermit. We also have the 9 of Pentacles. We also have the 9 of Wands. The 9s are a sense of feeling incomplete. They are going to feel incomplete without you. And ultimately, that action, and they still do actually, to be honest, their feelings are that they do feel incomplete without you. They feel like, you know, you've really got yourself together and you're a great person. That incomplete feeling is going to trigger them to want to come towards you and to want to bring forth a completion in their life. That is what they will want to do. And essentially, you know, they just won't be able to. It's going to be really heavy, okay? Because the 9 of Swords is heavy, and so is the Hermit. It's this sense of overthinking. You know, how can I describe overthinking in a more in a more significant way? It's overthinking, it's pondering, wondering, contemplating, it's stressing, right? They will feel stressed. That's their action, okay? Is that they'll feel so stressed thinking about everything and thinking about what if I lose you to someone else, like that they will take decisive action here, right? Page of Swords. They want to communicate with you, want to progress things along with you, want to say something, you know, to the point where you get it. And then the Queen of Pentacles here is about wanting to commit to you, wanting to come forward, wanting to say like, hey, look, how do you feel about me? Because I feel this way. How do you feel about me? Because I want to progress things in this way. You know, this is about allowing things to grow, allowing things to progress, and allowing things to be as equal and as progressive as possible. That's what I see here, which again is super, super important, very, very significant, and just really, really vital in that sense. And that's really what I see here, is that they want to be able to do that. They want to be able to progress things with you, move things along with you, and really do things in the right direction. They don't want to then lose you, because that's going to cause more of a chaos within themselves. And that's ultimately what I see here, especially with all of those 9s, that they're going to feel incomplete. And what allows that 9 to come to a completion? Well, it's adding the Ace to it, which is a sense of commitment, which allows the 10 to be complete, which leads to the 10 of Pentacles technically, but that's commitment, stability, security, you know. So the 9 plus the Ace, you know, which is part of their thoughts and feelings, then them taking that action to bring that commitment towards you allows them to progress towards you, to basically allow things to come together, if that makes sense, which I'm sure somehow makes sense, right? So that's really what I see right there, which, you know, is significant and important, as I'm literally putting my sweater on because it's so cold. But yeah, some of you may feel a little left out in the cold, but trust me when I say there's just going to be too much in this for them to walk away from you, because I just don't think that they'll be able to. I don't think that they'll be able to, and I don't think it's going to give them any happiness either, which is, you know, sad. We want people to be happy, but yeah, it's your energy, you know, it's who you are that makes it so special to them. So group number 4, this is your reading. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And check out the description box below on information for private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on my website, shopmoonlightguidance.com. And take care, everyone. All right, take care. Hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are, and yes, I hope to see you soon if you choose to click on another one of my videos. But if you did subscribe, please click on that little grey bell next to the subscribe button to turn on your notifications so that you get my videos in your subscription box, because sometimes YouTube's a little strange and doesn't always do that. So yeah, that is what we have here. I really hope that you will take care, and I'll see you all soon.